Hey guys, we're here for round 2 of an hour of Devastation draft. We actually won the die roll, which is what our deck wants to do. Great open in hand. 2-drop into another 2-drop seems great. We are playing red-white, obviously. Splash and green for a Pride Sovereign, which came in clutch as just an extra blocker last game. If you get the time, go watch the first match if you haven't already, especially match 1, game 1 was very good. Just the type of game that proves that every single point of life matters. Traveler's Amulet, you took it. What a jerk. I would have loved to have a Traveler's Amulet in my deck. Yeah, I just want Honored Crop Captain here. I don't have any hasty threats to go with it, but if my opponent just spends their turn not doing much, okay. That's fine, that's fine. Well, we do get to curve into a 3-drop here, which is nice. And then hopefully hit our 4th land and start playing out some of this stuff. If I want, it's interesting whether or not I want to actually trade for Ronus' Stalwart here. I don't think I do. Next turn I can do it and attack with a 3/3 Scourge, or yeah, Sun Scourge champion. Alright, no attack from the opponent. Not a terrible draw. Not what we wanted exactly, but do get to play out another threat here. I'm going to attack with just Sun Scourge champion. Favorable attack for me. My opponent could use like a trick or something to kill it off, but this isn't the type of creature you want to use your tricks on. In fact, it's kind of miserable when you use your trick on a Sun Scourge champion. Ooh, we got punished by a Borer Blades. That happens. Huh, you could have done that to kill Sun Scourge champion, but you get the point, right? Now, we need to hit a land. Not a 3/2, unfortunately. Because Tenacious Hunter is going to be very good as an attacker and a blocker. We need to hit a land and start deploying our Exert creatures, particularly Vizier of the True. We're not looking terrible here, but my opponent just keeps playing big creatures. I'm going to fall behind if I don't have that 4th land. Yeah, they're just going to go 4-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop, 7-drop. Okay, I don't mind trading one of these two for that. He kills my Unwavering Initiate, but both of these have value out of the graveyard. I don't want to be blocking, but that's what it's come to. Kindled Fury would be great here too, but I don't have Kindled Fury. And I guess if this was Binding Mummy, I'd play it out because then I get to potentially tap stuff down. But next turn I can actually attack with everything because it'll all be 4 power. That's not true. This won't be. He gets a pretty easy block. Oh my god, of course. Yep, kill off my 3/3. If he attacks, I'll trade Unwavering Initiate for his Bitter Bow. And then my hand's still good if I draw a land. Do you? No, he doesn't attack. Alright, opponent's smarter than that. Desert, we'll play it. We'll play Mummy Paramount, and we're fine with that. Alright. The fact that we're not behind here is good. Do you get a splash color? That's what I want to know. Island. Yep. Normally splashes to me tell me that my opponent has one of the gods. Like he could just have a Locust God here or something like that. In which case we're very likely to lose, but it could be something else. It might just be 3 colors. Wouldn't be the first time we saw that. Could be playing random cartouches or trials or something like that. I'm falling behind pretty quickly here, this 5/5 trample. Which means farm to market or something like that would be a pretty good draw. I think we would have been pretty far ahead if we had hit our 4th land on time. So we would have these 3 out instead of these 2. But that's okay. Overcome. I'm only going to get an 11 damage here and a cartouche 12 damage. I wonder what that means. My opponent just has something else in hand. Oh, exert here 13 damage. That's a lot. 7. My opponent might just have another overcome in hand or something like that. Yeah, no blocks. Gross. Opponent just put me down to 7 like that. So if that's the case, I might just want to play Sunscourge Champion and gain 4 life here. Because this thing has reach, so can't really do much about it. This gets +1, but that doesn't really help. Could play Magmaroth out here too as a pretty solid blocker, and this is exerted, but Magmaroth does get to stare this down pretty nicely. Another thing my opponent could have in hand is something like Chaos Maw, because it wipes all my creatures and lets them attack freely, but I'm not going to play around that. I think Sunscourge Champion is what I want here, even though Vizier of the True lets me start doing some real damage to my opponent. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 if I bring that back next turn, 11, 12, 13, plus I would gain 4 life. Magmaroth's probably the best to play on this board, though, because of his 5/5. And I kind of want to play this land out, even though it's not fantastic. It's playing the land out's good if I draw more lands and 2 drops or something like that, but we're going to go with none of these are great options, unfortunately. I think I'm going to go with the champion just because my opponent's threatening to do some pretty weird stuff, and we're deploying 4 drops anyway. Gaining the 4 life here is pretty important if my opponent's trying to set up a turn where they deal a ton of damage, which is really what that looked like. Desert's Hold would be an amazing draw. Farm to Market would be great. Bounty of the Luxa. My opponent getting to slam that on an empty board is very good. And Conventional Tactics is strong, actually. Let's see, if I were to play that now on this, I get in for 6. And then say they block my biggest guy. Well, this would get +1, so they probably don't block it. But if they do, they would take 6 plus 4 plus 3 is 13 damage and go down to 5. I like just building my board up. My opponent's going to draw extra cards here. They do get to untap their thing, but it doesn't look like they have good attacks. And the more, well, actually, do we just want to play Vizier of the True? If I play that, and then I go Unconventional Tactics next turn, say tap down one of their creatures. I actually like the Vizier here, even though Magmaroth seems sweet because it does block his 5/5. Let's play a little bit more defense, I think. Magmaroth coming down. It'll get boosted back up when I cast the Unconventional Tactics. Could attack all in here, too. He just gets to eat my Honor Crop Captain, which seems like it's going to be essential to this board. Maybe it was right to play Emberhorn Minotaur because I can play Vizier next turn, exert anyway, and then tap a creature down, and this gets Menace and hits for harder. 6-drop. Hippo? Granitic Titan. Okay. More big things. Magmaroth gets small here. Alright, Desert's Hold's very good draw. Don't know that I want to play it this turn. But playing out Vizier and then playing Desert's Hold on something the turn after seems great. My opponent's going to get the extra mana this next turn instead of the card draw. Is that how that works? He got the card draw last turn. Yeah, he's going to get the extra mana this turn. And I want to get this guy down as soon as possible. Maybe, just maybe, we can pull something out here. As long as my opponent doesn't have anything super crazy. I'm hoping they attack me with nothing. They don't use their mana. Which to me tells me they're on a bunch of lands or a bunch of nothing. We're going to go ahead and get down Emberhorn Minotaur, and this sets us up very nicely for unconventional tactics plus exert and tap 2 of your guys. So we can probably swing all out if my opponent doesn't do something insane next turn. Magmaroth's starting to look a little small. Sandwalla. Ambuscade on probably... That seems wrong. I think you want to get this guy off. That's actually not terrible either. Okay, I guess we'll keep building up the board here. Look to cast start to finish. Or we could go unconventional tactics to get in a little bit of damage this turn. But I think we're just going to hold up start to finish. This does grow my Magmaroth back up to a 3/3 for the turn. Bigger board is better for us. Got to start doing something soon, though. Maybe we just want to Deserts Hold something. If I were to attack with everything right now, exert this and tap down, say, this thing. They get to eat this with Granitic Titan. And then probably do some blocks, but I think I'm just dead on the swing back there. Desert's Hold on this actually seems fine too, so I can start attacking with Sunscourge Champion. And then, you know, they might trade, but any trades are good for us as well. Kind of like playing this Desert's Hold. This is the most threatening thing to me. They could actually pump Sandwalla and block with Sandwalla plus Stalwart. And trading my 4/4 for that doesn't seem amazing. Maybe, actually, if I shut that off and stop Granitic Titan from attacking, I can attack with everything. Tap down Granitic Titan. This is 3, 7, 10, 13, 16, 20. It's 20 damage. They have 2 blockers. And everything trades with everything else. But do they kill me on the swing back? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And assuming they have to block with 1, they'd have to find an extra 5 damage out of somewhere. Kind of like the idea of doing this now. And then I can go Sparring Mummy and do the same thing next turn. Or unconventional tactics to try and win. So I think we are going to go for a big attack here. Because Honored Crop Captain is going to be great. Tap down your Granitic Titan. They probably have to block Honored Crop Captain. This is also assuming they have nothing in their hand, but it is what it is. Having one more Exert creature here would be fantastic. And having this Vigilance guy is sweet too. My opponent's going to get to draw 2 more cards, but I think we're in a fine position where we want to just start getting aggressive. Alright, that makes sense to me as well. They lose 2 guys here, and I get to keep a bunch of things. I lose my 2 ways to really pressure my opponent, but they go down to 2. Unconventional tactics is just going to win the game next turn if they don't kill me with their 1 attacker or do something. Alright, they drew nothing. Nice. Again, another comeback game there. We didn't draw a 4th land very easily, but Blur Blade seems fine against your Frilled Sandwalla, but that's about all we saw for that. Your green-red with a splash for blue, but blue looks like it's only for, what's it called? Bounty of the Luxa? Do I bring in Blur Blades? I could bring in Kindled Fury again, too. I kind of like that. What did we take out for Kindled Fury last time? The unconventional tactics? Which looked nice there because it was going to win us the game, but again, this card's so much worse on the draw than it is on the play because we are going to have to do a lot of blocking. And yeah, we'll make that same change. We'll try game 2. We'll watch out for Cartouche of Strength, which we can't really do anything about, unfortunately. We don't have any instant speed removal that's going to stop Cartouche from landing on a creature. Sure. Draw the one green source and then a bunch of white and red cards. So we're gonna mull. This is a little bit better. In fact, this is a decent hand. I think I just want to hit my land drop, so yeah, I have 4s in my deck. I'll keep that on top. It's not a great draw, but we'll do what we can. No Sandwalla on turn 1. We go and pass. Then we get to curve pretty nicely, Paramount into Survivors into start to finish. Force my opponent into exerting this early is great. If they don't exert, I will block. Even if it means my opponent has some sort of combat trick, I will block. This looks like a definite exert, though. No? Yeah. Okay. End up taking 3 here. That overcome was really weird last game. That's something we got to watch out for this game. Oh, my opponent not having a follow play is pretty sweet. So we're going to hold up Kindled Fury and attack them back, and if they want to go, like, untap something, Kindled Fury, well, most of the untapped things will actually leave my guy dead anyway, but what can you do, right? Let's go ahead and attack. Wish we had, like, a Binding Mummy there. My opponent could have Ambuscade here. They're thinking about something. Do you really want to Ambuscade my 2/2, though? Not sure what else they could have there. All right. I think we want to go Survivors here. That plus Kindled Fury will make for a pretty good next turn. And if we draw Vizier of the True, that'll be great. All right, so they do Ambuscade here. That makes sense. They didn't want to waste that on my 2/2. All right, Spearmaster is a fine draw. I like attacking and playing the Spearmaster. We could also go start to finish plus Kindled Fury, and if they want to use a removal spell on one of my guys, that's fine. They don't have red mana for their Boar Blades. There's no reason to exert if I don't have a creature, but they might exert if I have this. Let's go Spearmaster, just attacks better. I don't have any... Oh, I win the match? Okay. Spearmaster too good. My opponent has 7 cards in hand. They must just have all black cards and they must be tilting there, but I'll take it. Sorry, opponent, that you didn't want to play that out, but I don't feel like I'm that much ahead. Like, you get to attack me here. Yeah, I have a trick, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they draw a bunch of splash cards we didn't see or something like that. But anyway, that's the match, right? We'll take it, and we'll see you guys in the finals here in a couple minutes.